Hey, what's going on guys? Quamii here. Welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for checking out this video. So today's video is going to be another Escape from Tarkov guide video. And this one is going to be more tips and tricks for players in Escape from Tarkov. So I want to be talking about some of the newer tricks that I've learned lately in the game that's helped keep me alive, but also some of the older tricks that not necessarily the new players would have learned. Simply because they haven't been around for that long. So there's a good chance that they've missed out some of the old tricks that still work, they are still valid, and they still help you survive your raids and help you outplay the other players. So I kind of wanted to talk about that topic and get into that. So if you're looking for some additional tips and tricks for Escape from Tarkov to add to your repertoire, then this is the video that's going to help you do that. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell and all that jazz, guys. Much appreciated. Cheers. Feel free to swing by the live stream and say hello sometime. I stream 6 days a week, Monday through to Saturday at twitch.tv/Quamii. All other details will be in the description box down below. Let's get into the more tips and tricks video for Escape from Tarkov. Let's go. Alright, so number one. And I've put this one as the number one on this list, not because it's like it's the most important, but it's the one that I see the most, especially with new players. And it really peeves me off because I see it happen so frequently, and the solution is so very simple. But for some reason, even new and even intermediate level players, they just don't do this, and that's to reposition as soon as you're spotted, or even when you think someone's got eyeballs on you. So what I'm talking about is you're moving through the world, and someone like hears you, and you kind of hear each other, sort of a thing. And after establishing that you've heard another player and you're pretty sure and certain of it, you don't move for some reason. You refuse to move. So you know where he is, and you just want to stay there. This is a huge mistake. Every time someone sees you or even thinks that they've seen you, move. Just go somewhere else, reposition, and flank around, because they are going to be looking at the spot and in the surrounding area of where they heard you or saw you. So in this example here, I was moving up on against the wall at New Gas, and someone made noise on the other side of the wall. So instead of just standing there like a doofus hoping, oh, did he hear me? Did he hear me? I chose to pull back, and I repositioned. I swung all the way around. I flanked around to where I heard him, and I ended up flanking him and shooting him in the back, and he had no idea, not a clue. And I wouldn't have gotten that kill if he just moved. So I'm saying this to you: don't be that player who chooses just to stay put. I mean, yeah, you can get some kills in it every now and again, but in the long run, in the spectrum of things, it is always better to move and use your mobility to your advantage. That's just my opinion, and I think this goes a long way with new players. So this next one's a pretty simple one too, and I don't see enough players doing this one as well. And this one is fairly straightforward. It's clearing out the spawns. Now, after a while, when you've been playing the game for a while, you kind of know on particular maps where the close by the spawns from the other players can be. So my suggestion to you is to go, and when you spawn in and you know there's another team or players that can spawn close by, run to that spawn, and you can probably catch them while they've got their guard dropped. This is very common, especially with the aggressive sort of players. They will know, oh, there's a spawn here, so I'm just going to go and chase it and see if there's anyone there. If there is someone there, chances are they're not going to be expecting it. So this is exactly that. I spawned in on woods, and I know there's another spawn right up ahead of me, up against the wall near that other extraction, so I decided to go and chase it. Lord and behold, I see the player running out, and I was crouched ready for him, and I just sprayed him down with my M4 with my 55A1 bullets, and he didn't have much hope. He did hit me a couple of times, which was surprising. He had some decent shots on him, I'll give him that. But I was there first. I was waiting. I was already ADS'd, and I killed him. It was pretty simple. So the more that you learn the maps, the more you will learn where these spawns are. So every time you spawn in and you know there's another spawn, just go clear it out. Don't worry about anything else, unless of course you're questing and you need to get from point A to point B ASAP, then that's fair enough. But as far as I'm concerned, if you know there's a spawn close by, go clear it. It'll be easy kills, in because they won't be expecting it. Okay, so this is number 3, and this is the first of some of the old footage that I have, but people just don't do this anymore, and it's so very standard and it's so simple. And we obviously learned this ages ago, and new players just don't do it. And so I've got to show you guys how it's supposed to be done. And this is one of the best examples that I've got of this, okay? So, what we're going to talk about here for number 3 is how to open the doors properly. And you're probably thinking, what the hell are you talking about? Have you lost your mind? Well, let me tell you. There's a particular way you got to open the doors in this game, okay? And the way that you do it is the second that you open the door, you move to the side out of the way of the door. Because as soon as you open the door and you're just standing there like a goose, they're just going to blast you if they're on the other side of the door, like this guy was. And I opened it correctly. I opened the door, I moved to the left, he stayed in the same stationary position, and then I could pre-fire when I decided to re-peek, and I can re-peek at my choosing here. So I can time it and delay it however the hell I want to, and he couldn't do nothing about it, he just gets dead. So that's the way that you're supposed to do it, where it's safe and you don't just get instantly dead, and I don't see it enough. People just stand there, open the door like absolute gooses. Sometimes they'll even shoot them through the door when they're attempting to open it. So that prevents that from happening. Okay, so start doing it, think about it, and it'll save your life. Trust me. When you're the player in the hallway, it is often what happens is that you'll just keep spamming all of your bullets, and then next thing you know, you run out of bullets. So if the player's smart, he'll listen to you when you're firing your gun, and he'll time it when he thinks when you've at the end of your magazine and you have to reload, and then he'll just push you, and then that's GG and that's game over. So be wary of that. Alright, so tip number 4. This one is actually quite simple too, and I do this quite a bit. I probably should do it more often, but even I don't do it that much. So what I'm going to be talking about is, this is called a jump check. It's when you run and jump past the doorway to check it. This is quite a popular move with a lot of top level players such as Landmark. I see him doing this quite a bit. Willa Z is another one. So as I demonstrate here in this clip, I sprint and then I jump past the doorway, and I will peek with my middle mouse button to free look to the left inside the doorway. So I'm sprinting, jumping, and looking at the same time to see in the doorway where this player is. And the second that I spot him, I re-peek and pre-fire that position. I can actually spot him. If you look closely, I actually spot exactly where this player is standing, and then I come out and I pre-fire him for another really easy kill. This tip, of course, still works even now, but with inertia, you got to take like an extra two steps or something like that, so you can get the run and boost jump like I did here. So back in the old days, you could probably take like 2 steps and then jump, but now it's like 5 steps, which is not much difference. It's much of a muchness in my opinion. So it still works. I did it the other day. It's in one of my highlight videos against some players on customs, and yeah, don't forget to do this one. It will help you out a lot and save your life. So this is tip number 5, and this is one that I have learned not too long ago, and I've been doing it just mostly out of instinct, because I've been trying to tell myself in my mind to do this. So this one is like intentionally dipping your head out of the way to get out of the weight of a bullet. Now you're probably like, what the hell are you even talking about? Well, let me show you. So this is one of those situations where I get in a fight with some players, and I'm trying to chase them down, and they end up in this compound here in woods, and I'm trying to get this kill on this player here who runs right to left, and then after I see that he doesn't die to my first initial burst, he tries to re-peek while I'm reloading, which is a smart move, and I see it and I quickly duck. Did you see that with what I just did then with the mouse? I saw that he re-peeked, and as I'm reloading, because I know I can't shoot back, I immediately pull the mouse down to look down to hide my head. I'm tucking my head in to look at the ground, and the sandbags is covering me, so I actually dodged a bullet there, which is pretty cool. I'm trying to do this more often, and try to make it a little bit more instinctive. But definitely, this is the type of thing that you guys need to start doing if you haven't started doing that kind of thing already. It really does go a long way, the little things like that, which just help you save your life. So this one here is just another example of that, and I happened to stumble upon another player. He literally just appeared out of nowhere, as it does happen a lot in this game. We trade shots, and then as I'm reloading, I notice that he peeks me, and then I see, and I look away so he doesn't headshot me, and then after I finish reloading, I quickly flick back, and then I spray him with the MDR, and I get the kill. So it's the same thing there. That's just a different version of it. I know I can't fire back. My instinct is to look away while I'm reloading, so he can't head eyes me. Tip number 6. Now this one is very similar to the previous tip number 5, but it's slightly different. Let me show you. So number 6 is turning your head away to avoid getting face tapped. So it's kind of like similar to looking down with your mouse, but instead you just free look and look to the other side to avoid getting shot right in the face for a head eyes kill. Now this is something that I've been doing particularly against scabs, not just PMCs, because we all know scabs these days are crazy and they can headshot you from like 100 meters away. So this is an example of that. I'm running and the scab shoots at me and I immediately turn away and look at that. Boom, I got hit in the head right there. But I looked away using the free look. So my face wasn't looking towards the scab. He would have killed me right there. I should have been on my way back to the lobby just then. But because I looked away, it saved my life. This can be a handy tool that you can add to your repertoire to help increase your chances of survival in Escape from Tarkov. So this is going to be tip number 7. And I do not see this one in particular all that much these days. And that is faking a fight in order to get sounds and audio cues from close by enemy players. Now you're probably thinking, what the hell are you talking about? Let me explain. So when you know someone's close by and they're just hiding, but you don't particularly know exactly where, and this is a situation that happens quite often, what you can do is fake a fight. So just start shooting your bullets completely away in the other direction, or throw a grenade and trying to get them to move, because a lot of people play off audio cues. So when they hear something, they kind of just naturally react to it. So this is a situation where this last player of the squad is hiding in the garage over there. I threw a grenade behind me. I even throw some shots out there later on. And why I'm doing this is because I want him to think that there's another fight happening, so then I will be distracted by that fight. So I want him to think that I'll be distracted, so then he'll peek me and I can just get an easy headshot on him. That was my plan here. And this generally works quite a bit. When people hear something, like for example, someone healing or someone's using a CMS kit, then immediately they'll start sprinting at you to get that kill. It's the same sort of thing here, okay? It's like a bait. I'm baiting him to do something when it's a trap. I'm waiting for him. But you're not going to know that it's not going to work on them until you actually do it, right? So it's worth trying. If they don't bite, well then you know the type of player that they are, and that they're passive, and they just want to stay hidden and that sort of a thing. So then obviously change your game plan and try different attacks. So that's what I did. I threw the grenade, fired some shots to fake a fight. This player didn't bite, so I said, alright, I'm coming in there after you. So I ran in there and I killed him. I decided to be the aggressor and I ended up just killing him anyway. So definitely consider trying this sort of a tactic if you think this is going to work. It's definitely worth trying, let me tell you. So tip number 8, and this one is a very basic and simple thing that everyone should be doing. And that is simply to get elevation when you're in a gunfight. So the point of getting elevation is to see over objects and obstacles and terrain and whatever else there is out there to get a clear view of where the enemy is so you can kill them, more or less. So I do it in this example here. I get into a little bit of a fight against this player and he tried to run, which is kind of a very natural instinct, and I very quickly reacted by jumping on top of this the wooden planks to get elevation, and I looked over the fence and I got really easy kill on him, and there wasn't really much he could do about it. So it looks like Obi-Wan was correct when he said, "It's over, Anakin, I have the high ground." So this next clip is just another example of how getting elevation can work in your favor. I'm in a fight against a 2-man squad here, and for the last player, the way that I kill him is I hear him running around the other side of these pipes, and I jump up on top of the pipes in order to get elevation once again. And when we fight, if he wants to headshot me, because he's expecting me to be on the ground, right? So now he has to readjust his aim and flick to my face in order to get the headshot. Well, I just have to point fire, which is exactly what I do. I point fire, and I get an easy face tap on him, and there isn't much you can do about it. You know, it's the little things like that, the little adjustments that really, really make a difference. Just an example. So this one's a pretty important one, and this one is for fighting indoors, like in buildings and close quarters, and that is to play the corners. And what that means is, like when you know when another player is at the end of the hallway and you are around the corner, playing the corner means like you wait for them to run up, and he's sprinting, his gun will be swaying left and right, so then therefore you can time it correctly and you can just re-peek and just pre-fire him, and there won't be much you can do about it. Chances are that player won't be able to fire back because he's sprinting left, and his gun is going left and right, and it'll just be an easy kill. Just like in this example right here, I'm fighting with another player. I know he's down the hallway. I literally just wait for him to listen into when he's running up. And as I know that he's running, I just peek the corner and I almost pre-fire him for an easy kill. So this is just another example of that. I get into a fight against a squad. Another player rocks up. I even do the jump check, as you can see there, the sprint jump check. And then I play the corner, I play the wall. And as soon as I hear him come close, I just re-peek and I get another kill. Pretty simple and easy. So start doing it if you haven't started doing it already. So this is tip number 10. And this one is a tip that I've learned quite recently. And I don't really know what people call this, but what I call it is the quick wiggling. It's when you're behind a wall or something that gives you cover and you keep pressing the lean key and you press it repeatedly. And so you're quickly, repeatedly peeking around the corner. And by wiggling like that, you're baiting shots from the opposing opponent that you're fighting with. So you would do this with the intention to like play mind games with them, to try and mess with them, try and get the player to use all their bullets, for example, because a lot of people will just sit there, hold an angle, and once they see anything move, they'll just keep firing, right? And they'll just keep firing, and eventually they're going to run out of bullets and they're going to have to reload. So that's one instance where this would work to your advantage greatly, is you just keep peeking really quickly, really fast, and they just keep using all their shots, and then they have to reload, and then you can make a move on the reload and get the kill on them. So this is when I do it. I get into a fight with this player who's trying to extract. He forces me to go behind this tree, and then I quick wiggle behind the tree to bait shots. I hear that he's shot, and then I peek off the next shot with my sniper rifle to get a headshot onto this player. In most circumstances, from what I have seen, most people will just keep wiggling at that point, just to keep baiting shots. But for some reason, in that particular moment, I felt confident in myself that I could quickly re-peek and then flick with the headshot with the sniper. And it worked out for me. It worked out. So this is going to be the final tip of the video. And this is another one that I've learned quite recently. And this one always makes me laugh when I see this. For some reason, I don't know why, but every time either I do it or someone else does this trick, it makes me laugh. I don't know, like for some reason there's something about it that's just funny to me. So what it is this. I don't know if there's an actual word for it, but what you do is you bait them by showing your gun around the corner, and you wiggle it up and down. So instead of wiggling with your shoulder to bait shots, you actually use the gun. And a person who I see doing this quite a lot and got me the idea to start doing this trick was Landmark, because he would do it and everyone would just fall for his trick. Everyone would just start firing immediately. And funny enough, I actually tried to do it here. There have been times where it worked out perfectly, and there are times when I feel like some people are just too smart for their own good. You know what I mean? So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I get into this massive fight on woods against a 3-man squad. I kill 2 of them, easy peasy, and I'm trying to fight this last guy. And this last player is very, very evasive. So he's making it difficult for me to kill him. So we ended up dancing around a bit. I end up going flanking from the outside. I tag him with my DVL, so I know he's hurt, and I'm trying to push him, and then I attempt the trick. So I run up to the corner, and I try and wiggle my gun up and down, just like I'm doing it right here, and I'm trying to get him to bait shots so I know his exact position, and I want him to reload so then I can make a play off of it. But he wouldn't bite. Look at that. Most of the time they do bite. And they can't help themselves. Because most players have the mentality of when they're holding an angle or a corner, whenever they see movement, even slight movement, they're just going to pull down the trigger and they're just going to pray to whoever it is that they pray to, that they kill whatever's in front of them. That's the general thought process of most players in this game. So this is to combat that. You wiggle the gun up and down and then they just start firing. They can't help it because they've seen movement. And then when they reload, you push and you get the kill. It actually didn't work on this player. And that truly surprised me. That means that this player is experienced, for one thing, and he's a thinking level sort of player. The fact that he didn't bite when I did that move tells me that he's probably better than the average Joe. So yeah, props to this player for not falling for that trick. Well done to him. But unfortunately, I still got the kill on him. And chances are, the reason why he didn't react to that move that I did is probably because he's seen it before. So it goes a long way to know all the tricks in the book, so to speak. Alrighty guys, so that's all I got for you today. I hope you found this video very useful and that you learned something new that you didn't know previously, because some of the old tricks are very, very valuable even now. They're just people have forgotten about them and they don't even give it a second thought. So I felt like it was up to me to give people a refresher course and put it out there again, because people need to know that these tricks tips and tricks are still valuable, and that it should be in everyone's repertoire. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell and all that jazz, guys. Much appreciated. Cheers for the support. Feel free to swing by the live stream and say hello sometime. I stream 6 days a week, Monday through to Saturday at twitch.tv/Quamii. All other details will be in the description box down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember to keep practicing, keep improving, hang in there, stay Quam, and hopefully I'll see you on the live stream.